All right, in this video, I'm gonna be teaching you exactly how to run profitable Facebook ads in 2025. This same strategy that I'm gonna be revealing helped me achieve over 50K per day on some of my stores, so it's a super good strategy. But before we get into the sauce, this video is sponsored by Shophunter. Shophunter basically lets you see how much sales a Shopify store is getting. As you can see here, we're gonna take 4Chicks for example. 4Chicks is a pretty big brand, as you can see, 33,000 likes on Facebook. So we're gonna take their product page, and as long as they're a Shopify store, you're able to see exactly how much revenue they're doing on a daily, monthly, and weekly basis. So as you can see on the monthly basis, they've done in the last 30 days, $367,000, and they're currently doing around 16K a day. Yeah, so you're able to see exactly how much sales they're doing on a daily basis, and it puts in this really cool chart, as well as you can see a theme, how many other people are tracking the store, what apps they're using, and how much sales by SKU they're getting. As you can see, the eyelash enhancing serum is getting the most of the spend, and then there's some other products here. So Shophunter is a super good tool. They also have Future Lib up here, and you're able to see top performers and staff picks as well, which is a super good tool. If you guys want to check it out, it'll be down below in the description. I use it all the time whenever I'm validating products. I highly recommend you guys too. But yeah, let's get straight back into the video. All right, so this is gonna be the product that we're gonna go ahead and test. It's called the Ultimate Cosmetic Bag. Now, the really cool thing about this is that a lot of people actually deal with, well, a lot of girls have a large, they can't clean up their makeup. It takes a long time. So this product basically solves that. You can clean up in like seconds. So it's super good. I think it solves a pretty good problem. It has a pretty big wow factor as well. So yeah, this is basically how the product page looks. You have, the branded looking images up top, as well as the multiple colors. Basically talking really good about the product, why some girls need it. So pretty standard product page, there's nothing special about it. You don't need much whenever you're testing, keep that in mind. So this is gonna be the product page that we're gonna go ahead and test. All right, so this is gonna be the testing strategy that we're gonna be using inside this doc. If you guys want the full document, it's gonna be down below in the description for completely free. It's inside my Discord server, Scalify. You're gonna get access to a bunch of other documents as well for product research, creatives, offers, websites, basically everything, even CRO, stuff like that, even the higher level stuff. You're gonna get access for all that completely free, and it's gonna also include this testing strategy. So our strategy here is gonna be one CBO with just $50 budget, and we're only gonna include one ad group, and we're gonna have 3 to 5 creatives inside. We're doing a completely broad targeting campaign because what I realized when it comes to Facebook, you want to give them as much power as possible to kind of target and figure out what's the best audience, because Facebook knows better than you do. Keep that in mind. For the country selection, I just like to keep it to one country for testing. You don't want to test multiple countries. That's too big of an audience, I feel like. So I just usually test in US. You can also test in UK, Australia. All the other big 5 countries work well as well as the age range. We want AI to manage these selections automatically. We don't want to manually select it. We don't want to limit it, if that makes sense. So we want to keep everything very broad, very simple. And this is that testing strategy that I use. All right, so now we're inside the Facebook Ads Manager. Let's go ahead and set this up step by step. First step is we have to press that create button on the top left, and then we select sales and then continue. We do not want to select Advantage Plus. We just want to keep it manual, keep it simple. So after that, for the campaign name, I like to keep it pretty simple as well. I do the current date, being the 14th, the campaign type, which we're doing CBO, campaign budget optimization, and then the product name, so makeup bag. Very simple setup right here. We want to disable Advantage Plus catalog ads, and we want to make sure we keep this enabled, Advantage campaign budget. This basically means that the whole campaign has one budget. The ad groups do not have separate budgets. It's all under one whole kind of egg basket of a budget, if that makes sense. So we want to set a daily budget of around $50. After that, we want to go onto the ad set level, so press next. We want to select website here, and then we want to select the data set. Once you select your pixel, you want to select purchase, and then after that, you want to make sure dynamic creative is off, and then set the scheduling campaign to midnight. So usually I like to set it at midnight just because it has a fair kind of competition, because the way Facebook works is called a bidding system. You're bidding to get the placement on the customer's feed. So it's extremely important you get very early on it, and the earliest time possible is midnight, right? So you want to schedule it for the next day at midnight. Make sure you do that. I know some people set it for 6 a.m., but that means your competitors have all this spend that they're having before 6 a.m. You're gonna get into the bidding war late, so it's gonna be very hard to actually get some placement. So I always do 12 a.m. for every single campaign that I do. After that, you wanna press next. Make sure you have your location selected, as well as if you wanna do age ranges, which I don't recommend, just do minimum age 18. All right, so once we're on the ad level, you wanna make sure you select your Facebook page. I just selected some random page that I have, but make sure you have it as your brand page. So for example, my website is called Blessik. You want to have Blessik here as a Facebook page. Keep that in mind. You want to make sure everything's pretty branded looking. So after that, you want to press manual upload, single image or video. You want to deselect multi-advertiser ads. And then after that, you want to actually throw in your videos. Now, you're going to want to do one at a time. And I'll show you that in just a second. All right, so once you press setup creative, you want to press video ad, or if you have image ads, you want to put those in. But we're doing videos here. I have 3 to 5 videos that I'd like to upload. Make sure whenever you're doing a CBO campaign like this one, you have 3 to 5 different creatives. So keep that in mind. You want to press video ad, and then we want to put the source URL being our landing page. So we'll copy and paste the landing page in. After that, we want to go press next, and now we're on the primary text and a headline. So this is actually not that important, but I do like to make them pretty good looking. So what I would do here is either have ChatGPT write them out, or have, you take a look at Facebook ad library, see what other people are doing. You see for 4chicks, they're doing this kind of style. But for this example here, I did write up some headlines that I'd like to use. This one being a review that I found on my website right here. Reviews work really well as primary text, as well as kind of stating the benefits of the product. So as you can see here, we have the benefits that are just up here. So very simple primary text. It doesn't have to be anything special. And then for the headlines, I like to do 2 to 3 different options. I just basically took the function of the product as well as the offer and just threw them as the headline. So very simple setup. It doesn't have to be really anything special. For testing, you really just want to focus on the creatives, which we do have videos about on the channel. It will be probably right up there in the top right hand corner. So after you input your headline and primary text, you want to have the call to action to shop now. After that, you press next, and then you upload your videos. All right, so once you upload your video, you want to select it and then press next. And now make sure you have all this on original. And then for enhancement, I like to turn everything off. Just makes everything easier, and you can actually see the actual performance of the creatives. I don't want anything kind of tampering with my creatives here, like as video filters and enhanced CTA. You don't really need this stuff, right? So I just like to disable it all, and then after that you press done. So now that you have one creative made, you have to figure out how you're gonna go ahead and add the other 4 creatives and make sure the CTA is also. The way that we go ahead and add more videos is actually press the 3 line over here and duplicate. But before we actually do that, we have a couple settings to change. So first being the call to action, make sure you have shop now selected. And now for this kind of info labels setup. So info labels basically talks a lot about your business, like when your page was creative, how many likes that you have. It's pretty unnecessary information. So what I like to do is go to info labels and then press from your profile. See, as you can see, it says date join Instagram. You don't need these stuff on, you know what I mean? People don't need to know how many Instagram followers you have. It's pretty unnecessary information, and it can, lose performance for you. So I like to go ahead and disable all those different options. So other than that, it works good. All right, once you have the full ad created, you want to go ahead and add the other videos. So what you do here is actually duplicate, and then you duplicate for how many more videos you have. So I uploaded 1, I have 4 more to go. So I'd go ahead and do 4 copies. Now, all right, so inside these copies, you want to remove the video that you just created, and you want to replace them with the video that you need to post. So the next video I have being bag 2. I'll go ahead and throw this in, make sure I disable all the enhancements. And then after that, I'll switch to the next ad and then add the third video. I'll go through here, each one of them, until I have all the videos selected. And yeah, that's basically how you go ahead and do testing. All right, so once your setup looks like this, you have the CBO, one ad set, and then all your creatives inside, you can go ahead and publish a campaign. It's gonna go through review and it'll probably get approved. So that's basically the whole testing strategy. It's very, very simple. We're doing just a broad setup. It does just work the best in my opinion. So that's kind of the strategy here. All right, so now I wanna go over actually self-diagnosing the problem. If you're testing the product and after a day or two, you're not really seeing good performance. Now, this doesn't mean that the product's just shit. You know, it can be because your offer is bad, your creative is bad, and you can actually figure this out by looking at the metrics, right? So inside the document that's inside our Discord in the description, we have self-diagnosing the problem. Now, we have different days here, day 1, day 2, day 3. I usually leave testing campaigns for around 2 to 3 days. So if you're seeing the metrics looking really, really bad, I would go ahead and actually cut for day 1. But if they're not looking too bad, like the CPC is decent, but you're not getting like any sales or anything, you're seeing some buying intent, I would go ahead and leave that campaign actually for a second day. So maybe Facebook can actually go ahead and target a better audience, something like that. So yeah, for day 2, if there's no sales after another day, I'll actually turn off that ad set or campaign. Most campaigns will either show promising performance or indicate they're unlikely to succeed by this point. Now, this is completely true. By the end of day 2, you should be seeing if the product itself and the creatives are actually performing like good and they're gonna work out. And if you're not seeing any buying intent, you're not seeing any added carts or anything, you can go ahead and actually cut that product on day 2. And then for day 3, if metrics are excellent, you have like 4 sales or a ROAS above 3, you can continue running the ad set or campaign to gather more insights and scale if possible. Now, if you're seeing a ROAS not above 3, ROAS being return on ad spend, so let's say a 3 ROAS is you spend $20 and you get 60 back. That's a 3 ROAS. If your ROAS is actually like a 2 or a 3, or it's around break even, you can go ahead and continue testing different creative variations. That's why I recommend for you guys, if you are testing, you're getting sales, but you're not exactly profitable, like very profitable yet. That means it can work out. You just may have to tweak a couple things, whether that's your creatives. Let's say you have high CPC, you may have to tweak your creatives. And if you have low added carts or low checkouts or low conversions, you may have to tweak your website or your offer. So keep that in mind. You can always self-diagnose the problem typically with Facebook since there's so many metrics out there. So yeah, don't ever think that after day 1 it's cooked. You can always go ahead and tweak something and maybe it can work out. So that's kind of like my thoughts here. Always self-diagnose the problem is what I recommend. It's super helpful. I've had products that have done very, very well for me, but the first couple of days, they did not work out well. That's because I had to find that winning formula for the creatives, the offer. I had to find that winning formula that just works. And sometimes when you're testing the first couple of days, it doesn't really work out, but that's completely fine. Don't be demotivated or anything like that. Keep in mind all these self-diagnosing problems. If you want to see this document in full, there's more instructions here. Check out the Discord, it's completely free. All right, so we're in the Discord right now. All you gotta do is verify and then you get access to all these channels. You have obviously the community section, you have the announcement section, you have some extra resources here on the left-hand side. For example, spy tools, you get ad accounts that we're gonna be providing here. You know, my private agent that you guys can use, it's gonna be in here 100%, as well as the Shopify theme and then some other stuff here. So if you want the free documents, it's gonna be down below in here. All you gotta do is check out for completely free inside the WAP. You get access to all these different things such as product research guides, store building, creative strategy, ad strategies, and much, much more. So I hope you guys do enjoy this video. Once again, go ahead, check out Scalify in the description. It's 100% free. So yeah, hope you guys do enjoy this video and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.